Hello sweeties, it's 23rd August 2020 and we have to make the very most of the next couple of weeks. On September 9th, which is less than 3 weeks away, we get dragged into a whole series of reversed planets, which is a huge pain. But I'll tell you about that later. For now, we just need to know that we've got some time to get stuff done. So start each day by thanking the universe, and I mean, really grateful for all the miracles in your life. That will send out the message that you're expecting another one. The universe is amazingly obedient when you make your wishes clear. It's only when you start saying doof things like, I don't know, I'll just wait and see what happens, that the universe sits down on its butt and waits with you. So be very careful what you wish for. Seriously. Thanks for listening to Astrology with Linda Shaw. Don't forget to subscribe, it's free. And press the bell thing, you'll be sent reminders. That's enough of that, let's get to the stars. Virgo, my little water lily. This is actually a great week for you, so make the most. You've mostly gotten over all the grumpies, and you're even starting to smile now and then. This is a very good start. The point is, and one day you're going to get this, nobody in the entire universe could manage what you expect of yourself. Really not. So when you can finally let yourself off that ridiculous hook, you might start to have a good time. Besides, what's happening now is that the universe just wants you to change, or be willing to change. You're finally letting go of all those ridiculous ideas that are holding you back. Don't look so bewildered. You know exactly what this means. But in case you've forgotten, pay attention. Unfinished goals are not a sign of failure. They're just things that you didn't really need to do in the first place. This week, incidentally, is about love. Getting some, giving some, generally spreading it around. So pour yourself a vat of wine and go and get laid. And smile, lots more than that. That's it for Virgo. Libra, my little pumpkin fritter. Are you feeling a tiny bit stifled, as though someone shoved you into a cupboard and locked the door? That's okay. Your planets have just shifted slightly, and they're asking you to sit quietly, close your eyes and wander around inside your head. For once, ignore the surroundings and ask yourself what you've been doing to impress everyone else. And now ask yourself what you can do to make yourself happy. Admit it. There are things that you want, but you're afraid you don't deserve. There are opportunities you're afraid to take in case you fail. There are adventures you're afraid to go on in case no one wants to go with you. This is all part of your basic learning curve. Once you've figured out what you want, as opposed to what you think they want you to want, you'll be on a completely different journey. Now go and buy yourself something delicious, or someone delicious, as the case may be. You've taken a very brave first step, and you're laughing at yourself at last. That's it for Libra. Scorpio, my adorable little banana. Who's been bending your ear with endless negative horseshit? The end of the world is nigh. The global economy has collapsed. It's every man for himself. Blah, blah, blah. You're hearing all this crap and you're taking it on board. These are not facts. These are opinions. And they're not even your opinions. Our wonderful planet has been through 1,000 disasters and survived. You want to be one of those geniuses who not only survives, but flourishes. And there are so many amazing new opportunities out there now. The world kind of stood still waiting for us all to catch up. First up, you're looking for ways to connect with people differently. You want a fabulous team on your side when you're striding to the front of that queue. So get to know your people, ask questions, make lunch, maybe even fall in love with one of them. That's just the beginning. That's it for Scorpio. Sagittarius, my little butterfly. Now listen. You have got to look where you're going or you'll end up flat on your face. And that's not a metaphor. We're talking squashed faces. Look, we all know you're mildly dilly at the best of times. And this week, the planets are playing silly buggers and they're doing their very best to trip you up. So instead of nursing broken bones, try using these energies to explore your passions. Find something you love to do, or even just mildly interested in finding out about and explore further. The problem is, it's very difficult for you to express yourself completely. You're always far too terrified of looking like an idiot, which is hilarious because you're so peculiar, you look like an idiot most of the time. So let's not worry about that. This week, is about exploring your creative genius. And as we all know, there's loads of that tucked away in that peculiar head of yours. Bring it out to play. That's it for Sagittarius. Capricorn, my scraggy little poodle, you know what this means. It means you're finally starting to lighten up. Maybe you've worn the same tracksuit 2 days in a row, yikes. Or maybe you forgot to comb your hair today. It's a scary thought. But never mind that. Now we move to the next step. And delegation is your word for the week. And yes, sweetie, this will mean actually trusting someone else to do the job as well as you can. It's almost like gambling. OMG. So, obviously, a breakthrough of this magnitude is going to cause you some stress. Try not to take it out on the people who actually like you, and try even harder not to sneak back into your old comfort zones. If the anxiety gets too much, take an hour off to play with a child. He'll remind you not to take yourself so darn seriously, and then invite a couple of people over for drinks without the hazmat suit. Help! That's it for Capricorn. Aquarius, my little raspberry. Money is what your week is about. Making it or losing it, depending of course on your willingness to trust yourself to come up with something brilliant. Your biggest risk, of course, is that you'll do that standard blabbermouth thing and tell everyone in the room about your wonderful plans, after which you'll carry on staring at the TV while they dash off and make fortunes from your wonderful ideas. So for now, just stay calm and discreet. Try to think of money as yet another energy that you're attracting into your orbit. Same for love, incidentally. Although at the moment, your problem may be that you're so currently in love with yourself that there's not a lot of room for anyone else. Not entirely a bad thing. Still, love is lurking about if you're keen. Think about what kind of relationship you'd like to have this time. Take charge of the moments. That's it for Aquarius. Pisces, my shiny little goldfish. Are you being driven nuts by the thought that this has all happened before? Are you becoming convinced that you're repeating the same patterns you thought you'd already dealt with? Well, yes, maybe your world is traveling in circles a bit, but only for a few more days, after which you will feel freer than you've been in ages. So use this little time to re-examine all the bits of your life that make you unhappy. And do it carefully. There are details you won't want to see again. Let them move on with a smile. And pay extra attention to the love life, though it really needs your help. And remember, when you walk away from something, you do it with a smile and a wave. You do not ever tell your boss to stick his job where the sun don't shine. You fix the relationship before you leave, and then you put a bunch of chockies on his desk on your way out. You never want to be the bad guy. That stuff haunts you forever. That's it for Pisces. Aries, my fluffy little bunny rabbit, will you calm down for a second? Listen, it is never a good idea to accept some stupid dare, or even an intelligent dare if there is such a thing, just to satisfy your ego. Have you ever heard that expression, man minus ego is God? Okay, maybe that's overstating it a little, but the point is, your ego is not there to be indulged. It's there so you can get to know how it works and then learn to discipline it. It is almost never directing you to a good place. That aside, your energy is up and that legendary creative brilliance is at its peak. So now look for somewhere constructive to put all your gifts. Gently though. No one's impressed when you collapse in an exhausted heap. We're talking ego again. The love life, meanwhile, is more than a little tense. So do what you're good at. Communicate. And then keep your eyes open for a fabulous new opportunity. It's going to be a goodie. That's it for Aries. Taurus, my little donut. The trouble you're having is because you haven't learned to separate the business from the personal. So if there's drama at work, you're yelling at the family, and vice versa. This is a very bad move, since no one ever knows what the heck is going on, and everyone ends up screaming at everyone else, especially this week. So a different way to use these planets is to find ways to start afresh. Of course, the instructions may include the odd tiny apology, but if you close your eyes and think of money, you'll be hugely impressed with the results. There's also some kind of investment offer this week. So if you're going to do it now. In another 2 weeks, the planets are going to start moving in reverse, and that's never a good time to start anything. So move your ass now. That's it for Taurus. Gemini, my little watermelon. You're really just a mad rebel at heart, aren't you? And that's just as it should be. You're here on the planet to shake the rest of us out of our complacent little ruts. The only snag is, you're the only one who gets that. So it has to be said that your wonderfully well-meaning attentions are not always entirely welcome. And that wouldn't even bother you so much if it hadn't been that your whole year has put you under such pressure. Still, the good news is that those pressures are finding release this week. Nothing spectacular, just a quiet calm rushing over you. Nice. You'll be saner after this. Then you can think about whose life you really want to change and who you'd better leave alone before someone smacks you on the nose. Use your instincts for that one, because amazingly, the most aggressive of them is secretly in love with you. Go figure. That's it for Gemini. Cancer, my adorable little cream puff. Did you know that half of those enormous emotions you drag around are not even yours? It's true. The problem is you have no natural boundaries. So you inhale all the energies that are around you. If someone's yelling at you, you become furious. If someone's weeping all over you, you suddenly want to kill yourself. So here's what you do. You get some Epsom salts and pour a whole box into the bath, along with a few delicious aromatherapy oils, some candles, whatever. Now sit in the steaming hot bath until you feel better and cleansed. Visualize everyone else's crappy energy going down the plug hole. That's perfect. Now, you can rethink all those mad love affairs and ask yourself what you really want. You'll amaze yourself. When there's no one around to influence you, you're actually incredibly strong. Besides, as you very well know, your money only works when your heart is happy. So get happy and then get rich. Simple. That's it for Cancer. Leo, my gorgeous little rosebud, what the hell is going on here? All those wildly creative surges are suddenly being dampened by a sudden, very weird and very annoying demand for structure and discipline. Okay, so hold on a minute. Don't fight it off so vigorously. There are many different ways to focus without losing the flow. Besides, ideas without structure tend to end up, let's face it, as babblings in the pub. So for now, follow your instincts. You'll soon understand where they're leading you. And you do want to be rich, don't you? So stop complaining and do as you're told. The love life, meanwhile, is going fairly well. In fact, with all that extra charm, you'll have no difficulty at all lining up a whole row of admirers and making acres of hay while the sun shines. Just make sure you haven't double booked any of them, or someone's going to kick your head in. Just a thought. That's it for Leo. Thank you, delicious creatures, for listening to Astrology with Linda Shaw. This is the perfect time to start believing in your own magic and to make something amazing happen. So whenever you're out there in the world, protect yourself in a bubble of silver light and ask your angels to help you. And keep smiling even if you don't feel like it. Smiling changes your vibration. It does. Give it a bash. Now, if you'd like to subscribe, just press the button. It's free. And have a great week. Remind yourself every 5 seconds just how amazing you are. Give yourself permission to succeed. It's important. Bye now.